What if your crypto could earn you more crypto just by locking it in the right place? In this video, I'm going to walk you through a few simple ways to do that, including locking utility tokens like Gary and taking action in their protocol. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to turn your idle crypto into steady rewards without trading at all. And if we are meeting for the first time, my name is Duncan. I help you find ways to make passive income with DeFi. And if you do want to learn more ways to make passive income with DeFi, just go to defiearner.com. I'll give you my 7 simple steps to turn crypto into daily passive income. And just a quick reminder, I do not give financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, and please be sure to always do your own research. All right, let's dive into it. So today we're going to talk about how you can earn a yield or rewards just by locking up a utility token called Gary. I'm all about earning a yield on my crypto, whether it's me collecting fees by providing liquidity in liquidity pools like over here on Radium, or maybe I am providing loans on Sharky and using NFTs like Draft Tower as collateral, or maybe I'm just liquid staking my Solana and my liquid stake token is appreciating at a higher rate than the Solana that I was holding. Maybe it's something as simple as just depositing my crypto into a lending protocol and earning a yield. There are so many different ways to earn a passive yield in DeFi. But when you have a utility token that is attached to a business, it gives me more of a reason to want to lock up my tokens. So if you wanted to lock up Gary coin, you would go to gary.club and it would bring you to this page and you can click on Gary Locked. Then you're going to want to connect your wallet. I'm using the Solana wallet from Phantom since Gary is a Solana based token. So I'm going to hit connect wallet and I'm going to connect with Phantom. Now there's a couple reasons why I want to lock up my Gary coin. First off, there are 2 more drops in 2025 of 100,000 Gary coin. And the way that it works is anybody that deposits Gary coin, you could do it for either 1 month, 3 months, or 6 months. And if you do it for 1 month, it's just 1x. If you do it for 3 months, you get 1.8x. And if you do it for 6 months, you get 3x. What actually happens is when you lock up your token, it mints another token called Locked Gary, and that Locked Gary is going to symbolize how much of a reward you're going to get in that pool. And right now, for the rest of 2025, this Locked Gary symbolizes the amount of your share of that pool of 100,000 Gary each month. So basically, there is a pool of 100,000 Gary for November and then December, and then whatever your weighted score. So if you chose a higher amount, you're going to get a little higher percentage of that pool. Now for November and December, again, the claiming is a little different, but it is in the same window as where you lock it up. After December, you will claim under rewards, but you'll still lock up here. So when rewards do come out for November and December, all what you would need to do is come here to this page. See, I have a bunch of different lockups right here, and I would just click the claim button and it will bring up my claim. So since I locked up 69,000 at a 3x leverage, I get to claim 3x that in amount of my share of this pool. So I'm going to hit claim, and that's going to give me 1,150.089109 Gary. So I hit claim. You're going to get a pop-up from your wallet showing that I'm going to be getting my Gary. There's a small Solana gas fee. When you're sure this is the right site, gary.club, hit confirm. And my Gary lock rewards were claimed. Hit OK. And then if we look in our wallet, we could see that our Gary was received. Since the rewards in 2026 are going to be partially based off of the locked Gary that you have, you could always just consolidate them into one by just withdrawing them out of the locked system and then just putting them into a bigger chunk. Once all of your Gary coin is claimed from this lock system, you can go ahead and either lock it up, you could sell it, you could just hold it, you could do whatever you want with that Gary coin. If you want to lock it back up, you just hit max, and then you could pick your duration, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, and then you're set for the next time rewards come out. And I just want to emphasize that in January 2026, this part right here where it says lock, that's still going to be operational, and you're still going to be able to withdraw right here. But when you want to claim rewards, it's going to be through this tab right here where it says rewards. After the new year, you're going to come over to this tab instead that says rewards, and then there will be a whole bunch of different criteria that affect how many rewards you're going to be able to claim. Part of it will be how many Draft Tower NFTs that you have in your wallet. And another part will also be how many locked Gary you have in your wallet. in 2026, part of the fees from Stacker Agent, which is an AI trading assistant on Solana. It is already available for anybody that has 1 draft and 1,000 Gary. And if you do get value out of these videos, if you wouldn't mind just smashing that like button, hitting subscribe and ringing the bell, it really does help tell the algorithm to share these videos with more people that need to find ways to make passive income with DeFi. Another thing to note about Gary that makes me a little bit more bullish on it is that The total supply that is listed is just under 24.5 million Gary, but in all reality, there's actually about 2 million of these that are lost, so the actual circulating supply is closer to 22.5 million. Now, on top of that, Gary, who is the founder, he locked up 10 million of that supply for 10 years, or if it hits certain different market values. So 25% at 100 million market cap, another 25% when we hit $250 million market cap, another 25% when we hit a $500 million market cap, and then the last 25% when we hit a 1 billion market cap, or if 10 years pass. So this locks up a whole bunch of the supply of this token until it is actually going to grow and be more valuable. This drastically shrinks the amount of supply that's out there, so there's less chance of any kind of market manipulation. They've already listed a few of the new ways that you're going to be able to get rewards in 2026, including how well your agents perform with Stacker Agent, how many draft you have, and how much Gary you have locked in the locked Gary system. So let's go ahead and lock a little bit more Gary just so we could maximize the amount that I'm going to get from this November drop. Again, if you have missed the November drop, there still is a big drop in December, and then in 2026, all of the rewards are going to be based off of how well the ecosystem performs. In this wallet, I have about 7,853 Gary, and I like to lock it up for a higher period of time so I could have the most value out of the drop. So I'm just going to click max because I want to lock up every Gary that I have in here, and it's going to give me 3 times that in locked Gary because I'm going to do it for 6 months so I can maximize my claim. Now all that I need to do is click lock Gary. It gives us this little pop-up. Verify you are signing with the right website, gary.club. It is going to take a little bit of rent out of your wallet. You will get this back when you unlock these tokens. Then there is locked Gary. It's going to give me 3 times the amount of Gary that I put in locked Gary. Now, when you come to unlock this, you need this exact amount of locked Gary in the wallet because it's going to burn this locked Gary in order to give you the Gary back. So do not ever lose this locked Gary. There's a small Solana network fee. When you're ready, hit confirm. And success, it has locked my Gary. I like this system better because if you're going to farm a protocol, this is by far the best one to do because you're going to be farming a protocol that is going to be going up in value. The better that things like Stacker Agent or the entire ecosystem as a whole, the more rewards that you will receive. And you can compare that to things like liquidity pools over at Radium or any of the liquidity pool providers that give their token. For example, Radium gives Ray, but often people will just sell Ray because they're getting it for free. You will be receiving an appreciating asset instead of a depreciating asset. Be sure to always be doing your own research. Since it's appreciating asset, the value should be going up. You could easily spend it with Visa debit cards like KAST Card at mydeficard.com. This has made spending crypto really easy for me. When I make a profit from something like claiming rewards, I can then take my reward, and if I need to pay a bill, I just drop it into my KAST card and it converts it into a stable token, and then I can just spend it at any place that Visa is accepted. They are also adding in something called Grow, which is their version of a savings account that gets you about 4.5% yield on chain. So this is a really easy way for you to start farming Gary coin and earning rewards. Again, there is still a November drop and a December drop in 2025, and there's going to be performance-based drops starting in 2026. If you're going to go lock up some Gary and start earning rewards, let me know in the comments. Again, my name is Dunk. Keep creating, keep earning passive income with DeFi, and I will see you in the next video.